Hi guys, it's the Page Turners with Noreen here, and I'm here to do a book review on Prodigy by Maria Lee. So this is the second instalment to the Legend series. If you want to see my review of the first book, then click here. And I'm going to jump in and say straight away that I love this book. This book is pretty awesome. So this book picks up straight away from the first book. Day and June are on the run. Their most wanted criminal and the most wanted prodigy gone bad, and yeah, a lot of trials and tribulations they face. First of all, about the characters, I love Day. If you've seen my review of the first book, you can tell that my opinion of Day is very high in the first book. He exceeds that rating in this one purely because you see a much more different side to him. There's a more vulnerable side to him. This guy has suffered a lot. His life is like, whoa. And what I love about him is not only the fact that he shows his vulnerable side, because I love all characters that have a full rounded personality trait about them. They have different aspects towards them, not just a strong side or not just a soft side. And Day definitely has that soft and strong side combined together. But what I love about him and what made him exceed that rating is the fact that he has suffered a lot, yet he still has elements where he shows his charismatic personality, his humorous ability to make people laugh, to make the readers laugh, and he's just so adorable when he does that. And yet he's got, you know, the down-to-earth side as well, and I just love that about him. There's nothing more I can say about it. Everything I've said has been mentioned in the first review. It's just that I love his charismatic attitude and his carefree ability, even though he knows he has a mission, a goal to save his brother and to get into the other side of the Republic. But I just love him. In terms of more characters, my opinion about the other main character, June, I like June. I liked her in the first book and I still liked her in this book. As I said with Day, she shows her vulnerable side as well. In this book, she's the more strong person. She has a hard shell that's very difficult to break down. But in this book, you can see that shell, that wall, is crumbling down. There are elements that she acts like a lost child. I mean, she's only 15 years old here. She had to, over the past couple of months, she had to grow up really quickly. And yeah, in this book, you can see that childish side, you know, coming out of her, the vulnerable side coming out of her, the emotional side. And there are elements that she broke down and where she feels at rest when she's with Day. And I just like that about it. In terms of relationships and romance, we can see a love square happening in this book. I've always known in the first book that something was going to happen between the Elector's son, Andon, and June. Even though he appeared for just a very slight brief moment, there was a slight chemistry between them two. And in the second book, when the Elector, Andon's father, dies, Andon becomes a new Elector, and yeah, I just knew something was going to happen between Andon and June. Her relationship with Day is a rocky one. It's a constant roller coaster. There's ups and downs. There are times when she feels like she can't be herself. Both of them come from two different worlds. She's from the privileged background, he's from the slums, and she feels there are times when she feels guilty about her previous background and how it's affected Day's life. And because of her previous lifestyle, or the connections she's made, of the people that she's known, of the life that she had to run, she's always thinking and she's always feeling guilty that whatever happened in Day's life, whatever the tragedy and pain he's going through, it's her fault. So she can never be herself. However, with Andon, it's a totally different story. They're from the same world, they're from the same school, they know each other, they know each other's likes and dislikes. She feels like she can be herself. Obviously, there is some chemistry between them two, but in this book, most of her heart does lie with Day. I think in the third book, because of the fact that she's going to spend a lot of time with Andon, that relationship that she's formed with Andon in this book, it might be taken in a whole different level. So who knows? I mean, definitely Andon is so much into her, more than she is, but that might change in the third book. Who knows? In terms of the other part of the love square, is Tess and Day. Tess is Day's longtime friend. She's grown up in the slums as well. She knows his pain better than anyone else. And in the first book, she left. They told her to go and find some refuge, because right now they're living in dangerous times. This book, he becomes reacquainted with Tess after these couple of months, and her appearance has changed. She's grown more. She's grown into a lady, and they just can't help but admire that about her. Although he still doesn't see her in that sort of way, he thinks there are times in the books where he thinks that something can happen between them too if he lets go of June. He's still very much in love with June, but there is some new feelings that he has about Tess. That friendship that he had in the first book might just suddenly change into something else in the third book. She has a constant jealousy emotion of June, the way June has an effect of Day, and she reminds Day that it's because of June entering your life that all of this tragedy has happened to you. In terms of the plot, I really like the plot. It's fast-paced when it had to be, there's a lot of action. There are some slow parts where the vulnerable side, the emotional side of certain characters are portrayed. And I just really liked that. I think both aspects complement one each other. The slow part didn't drag out, the fast part didn't go on for too long. It was boom 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 when it had to be, for lack of a better word. What I also liked about this book is the introduction of the colonies, the other side of America. What I liked is specifically the celebrations and traditions that they have that the Republic doesn't have. They have celebrations such as Christmas, birthdays. The Republic don't have that. And when Day is told about the celebrations, he's baffled. And I just thought that's just a really nice aspect to the whole dystopian ambience. That's why I love dystopian books, because it just shows what could be in the future. Overall, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Overall, this book is an awesome read. I recommend it. If any of you haven't read the Legend series, this book and the first book, definitely go out there, go to the shops, go to the library, download it in your Kindle, Kobo, whatever. Read it. It's a really, really good book. So that was it. Check out all our links down below, our Twitter, our Goodreads, and our blogs where we do written reviews. Keep reading, stay awesome, and I'll see you soon. Bye!